Arizona has kept a neurological disease that kills deer and elk out of the state for decades. Yet, chronic wasting disease is prevalent in neighboring states. Reporter Jordan Dafnis explains how Arizona has held the disease at bay.
In Arizona, there are no cases of chronic wasting disease, and Ann Justice Allen wants to keep it that way.
It's a big challenge. It may be an impossible challenge because states that didn't think that they were going to get it have it now, like Montana.
Justice Allen is a veterinarian for the Arizona Game and Fish Department. This month, she's at a youth hunting camp in Greer to test deer and elk for chronic wasting disease.
It affects their brain and their nervous system, so we start seeing abnormal behavior. The animals are somewhat dull and less responsive.
Hunters play a critical role in the Arizona Game and Fish Department's ability to test deer and elk for chronic wasting disease. The animal has to be deceased before they're able to gather samples such as these lymph nodes. 14-year-old hunter Gage Martinez killed one of the elk.
I was so excited today, my hand was shaking, so yeah, it was pretty weird.
Then Justice Allen and her team cut out the lymph nodes from Martinez's elk. The nodes will be sent to a lab for testing. They are also helping hunters like Martinez understand what chronic wasting disease is.
Talking to hunters, letting them know what we're doing out here, why it's important that we're doing the monitoring project and taking the samples.
So far, Arizona's efforts to test and educate hunters is working, but chronic wasting disease is a problem in nearby states like Colorado.
Last year we did some mandatory sampling that really helped us get a better picture of the prevalence of CWD in Colorado.
Travis Duncan says more than half of the deer herds in his state have chronic wasting disease. He says it spreads quickly when deer are in close contact.
Things like feeding deer is a really good way to spread CWD because it brings a lot of deer all into one area, whereas normally they'd be more spread out.
There is no cure for chronic wasting disease, so Duncan says surveillance and monitoring are key until science can catch up. Here in Arizona, the Game and Fish Department continues to test samples with the help of hunters to ensure there is no trace of the disease.
The hunters value it. They can be assured that the animals here are healthy and that to have them having elk for dinner, venison for dinner is going to be something that's safe for their family and it's not going to be a problem.
Sampling lymph nodes is voluntary for hunters. Justice Allen hopes this testing will keep the disease out of the state. In Greer, Jordan Dafnis, Cronkite News.
Hunters can take deer and elk heads to any Arizona Game and Fish Department location. The department plans to test more than 1,000 animals for chronic wasting disease this season.